the temple at the hour of prayer, being the 9th hour, and a certain lame man from his mother's womb was carried. This man was congenially lame, meaning that he was born that way. It was nothing that he did, nothing his parents did. He was just born that way. And from his mother's womb he was carried, whom they laid daily at the gate of the temple, which is called Beautiful, to ask alms of them that entered into the temple. So it's about 3 o'clock in the day, and they would normally routinely drop this man off at the gate. And I want to describe to you what the word lame means. It means disabled so that movement, especially walking, is difficult or impossible. Lame from an accident or however, a lame wing from a bird. Lameness is normally marked by pain or rigidness. It means weak and ineffectual. And I want to tell you that the Bible says that this man was laid at the gates daily. This man was lame and he had a disability that hindered him from getting any further than the gates. This man had, it says here, the Bible says that now Peter and John went up together in the temple at the hour of prayer, and a certain man lame from his mother's womb was carried. He was carried there by others. He was carried there by his friends. And what has happened is that he lived in a culture of lameness. He was around those that supported his lameness. He was around those that supported his hindrance. Matter of fact, they had a philosophy and a culture of his lameness, his inability. There are people that promoted them into his lameness and his inability. Some of us spiritually are around those that feed our lameness. They look at our weaknesses and they put our weaknesses out and they tell you, remember you used to be this and you remember you used to be that. And so what happens is that there's an insecurity in us because there are those that are around us that will enable our weaknesses. They will build up our weaknesses and they will say, remember what you used to do when God has already brought you out. And so what happens is it makes you lame or ineffectual. Yes, you're saved, you're sanctified, and you're filled with the Holy Ghost, but somehow, some way, you have adopted a spirit, hallelujah, or a culture of being lame. And somewhere in your life, there is a part that's ineffectual in your life. There's a part in your ministry that's ineffectual. And you're wondering why you can't. The Bible said they dropped him off at the gates. Okay, you see, he could not go into the temple because he was lame. The temple represents the power of God, the presence of God, unadulterated, unhindered. And the reason why some of us can't go where we need to go, because there is some insecurity that we have built up over the years that won't allow us to go any further. We can't lift our hands up in praise. We can't give God all because somewhere, somehow, we look into the mirror and say, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. Because there's something inside of me that enables me from me not reaching my full potential. And there are those that are around you that build up my insecurity. You know what we would call them? We would call them player haters. They will sit there and they will feed into our life foolishness and negativity. They said, what type of church do you go to? What type of ministry do you have? And every time you're trying to get to the temple, you're always stuck at the gates. You're always stuck at the gates because you feel that you're not worthy. Because you feel that whatever happens, see, some of us still operate in the spirit of shame. Things that we've done in our past. Every time we're about to get promoted, it rears this ugly head every time. Or am I talking to somebody? Oh, yes. Listen. God has blessed me with 2 degrees. A master's, a couple of certifications. But I told you I would be transparent. I was young. I'll never forget it. I was in 1st grade. And one day they took me out of class and they put me in the class, with cookies and milk. I was happy. I saw my friends walking by. They were going to the cafeteria. And I was in there cookies and milk, and I was excited. I was happy. Until I started realizing they started taking me out every day. And I didn't understand why until people started pointing. He in a special class. He's in resource. He's in special ed. You see, some of us were fine where we were. See, I was fine. Somebody pointed it out to me. Wow. And as years progressed, I walked around with an insecurity. And I got into 7th grade. I wonder why everyone else didn't come into the class. I got into 7th grade, and come to find out, they made a mistake. They said, you didn't even belong in these classes. We're sorry. But the damage was already done. Amen. I was already, my mind and my psyche was already formed that I was slower than the rest. And I had to go through that even into my college years, even into my life. I had to go with that, and I had to fight that insecurity because the seeds were already deposited in my life. Yes, yes. And I've always struggled trying to show people that, yes, I'm smart. I tried to overachieve, so I had football. I was a good football player. I was a great football player. And I got a scholarship to play football for the University of Maryland College Park Terps. All right. But that got taken away from me. I got hurt. And so now that thing that I leaned on was taken from me. And so I dealt with an insecurity. I said, I can't preach like her. I can't sing like him. And so it limited me from getting into the grace of God that God wanted me to get into. Every time, let me tell you something. Anytime God is about to promote you, always understand that the enemy will bring your weakness up to the forefront. You see, in